So I've been getting a lot of questions about what do I think about the Russia investigation, getting some comments. Some of my snowflake friends have been asking me, like, what do you think about all the Russian meddling in the election, blah, blah, blah. And I have only 3 words to say about it. I don't care. They're like, oh, especially the snowflake friends of mine. Oh, how do you not care? You're patriotic. You're a Marine veteran. How do you not care about them meddling in our election process? And I'll tell you exactly why I don't care right now. Let's look at the facts. Fact number 1. No Russian forced anyone to vote. No Russian held a gun to anyone's head and made them vote. In addition, there's absolutely zero evidence that Russians, sounds so stupid to say that, were able to change any votes anyway or anyhow. Now let's talk about the hacked emails. What was the most scandalous thing that we learned from these hacked emails that were supposedly taken by the Russians? It wasn't that Donna Brazile gave the debate questions to Hillary Clinton in advance. We already knew she was a cheater. They were going to cheat. No surprise there. It was the unbelievable corruption within the DNC that was biased towards Clinton getting the nomination, and the complete campaign to discredit Bernie Sanders and to make him look foolish and to make him lose. That was the most scandalous thing that we learned from those hacked emails. And taking that into consideration, I don't think it was the Russians. I think it was an inside job. How many pissed off Bernie Sanders supporters were there because of that? It was outrageous. He was doomed from the start. This was an inside job, would be my guess. And whoever did it, whoever stole those emails, which probably was someone within the DNC who was outraged at what was happening to Bernie Sanders, probably somehow made it look like it was coming from the Russians. I would bet you anything it was an inside job. What would the Russians have to gain anyway? What do they have to gain from Trump winning? Trump has been harder on them than anyone. Trump sold more weapons to the Ukraine. He's bombed Syria twice with the Russians in Syria. He's withdrawn from a nuclear weapons treaty. How has Trump being president benefited them in any way? And you watch. This time around, I predict Bernie Sanders has a very real possibility of getting the nomination. And that never would have been a possibility at all if it wasn't for the hacked emails. The DNC has no choice but to embrace him this time. So again, I ask, who benefited? Bernie Sanders and his supporters benefited more than anyone. And conveniently, these same people that did this, pulled this off, are now conveniently able to somehow point towards the Russians, like a win-win for them. Like hurts Trump and at the same time helps Bernie. Now let's talk about this fake news that the Russians supposedly were involved with. It sounds so stupid, the Russians. Like it's 1986 all over again. This fake news, these fake like articles or whatever that they bought on Facebook. You ever see like the media talking about what specifically they were advertising or making up? Like what are the specific things? I like searched on the internet to see like what these like fake ads supposedly were. And I'm going to show you in a little bit what I found. However, what I was thinking about is what could they be that are like worse or better than reality? For example, Hillary Clinton is a despicable individual. If you look at her history, and if this fake news was bad stuff about Hillary Clinton, let's look at reality for a minute. Let's look at the things that are true about her. For example, she had the most terrible, awful clients when she was a young defense attorney, including a situation where she victim shamed a child. Okay, and she said in her book, oh, well, it was my job. I couldn't reject any client. I had no, I had to take any client that, no matter how bad they were. No, 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 you did have a choice. You could have like quit your job and gone to work somewhere else and not like thrown all your ethics and morals aside. You could have done that and you didn't. And that wasn't the only victim shaming she's done. We all know about the victim shaming of the victims of her husband. We all know about that. What else do we know about her? Well, she was rude to her White House staff, including her own Secret Service protection detail. She belittled and humiliated Vince Foster in front of the entire White House staff, which a lot of people say contributed to his death. And we all know about Libya, where she completely neglected and disrespected our ambassador and his precarious situation and those of his staff who lost their lives because of her wonderful leadership. We all know about that. And of course, the email scandal, having a private server, we all know the deal. But you know what pisses me off? Has anyone in the media ever asked her directly to her face, why did you do it? Why did you feel the need to set up this elaborate server in your basement? I mean, obviously we know the reason. It was because she was trying to hide her work business from the government or whatever. I mean, we all know that's the reason. She was trying to be secretive for whatever. But has anyone ever directly asked her to her face? And if she says, oh, for convenience, that's not an answer. That's not a legitimate answer. I wish someone would ask her in the stupid media straight to her face, why did you feel the need to do this? So what is this Russian fake news going to be that's worse than reality? Could it be stuff about her health maybe? That, oh, Hillary Clinton has Alzheimer's disease, whatever. Well, what about that embarrassing seizure that she had at that deli? If you haven't seen that, look at that. That's crazy. I mean, obviously she's not healthy. What about the 9/11 memorial event in September of 2016? Beautiful day, by the way. Beautiful day. It was like 70 degrees and sunny and dry. And she passes out at the event. They have to shove her in the van like a sack of potatoes. I mean, come on. She's not a healthy individual. In addition, she has these disgusting coughing fits during her rallies. I mean, she can't even control her coughing. She's obviously not healthy at all. Or maybe the fake news was just incredible praise about how great Trump was. Well, if you ever went to one of his rallies, no fake news could be better than that. So on the opposite end of the spectrum, I don't know what the Russians could have said that would make anyone like Trump more than they already did. So, what could the fake news be? Let's take a look at some examples. And these, by the way, are from the Washington Post. So I'm sure these are the most egregious examples that they could find. Here they are. Bernie Sanders Clinton Foundation is a problem. Oh, that's really a bad one. Hillary Clinton has a 69% disapproval rate among all veterans. Wow, that's really scandalous. Only 69%? I'm surprised it's not 100%. These are the kind of stupid, supposed Russian fake news ads. Again, how are these worse than reality? This entire Russia investigation was a criminal plot by officials within the Obama administration who could not believe that Trump was potentially going to win and did win. They started this investigation as a means to destroy our president after pulling off the greatest victory in like the history of any contest. And for all you idiots that have left comments in my videos, oh, this is a Russian-controlled YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is fake news controlled by the Russians. Yes, believe it or not, I have received several comments like that. I think you can tell clearly that that is not the case. So anyway, subscribe for more videos. God bless President Trump.